This is definitely your sign to go on a reset, to cleanse, to heal. If you've been feeling heavy, off, lost, just not feeling yourself, or you're just ready for a change, a revamp, something different, then this video is for you because I'm going to be sharing with you my process of how when I'm going through some difficult times, how instead of eating and compensating with heavy foods, I go within and I do a reset. And I really find what's the most helpful, not just for weight loss, but for more of that mental clarity, is a cleanse, a juice cleanse. It's so highly effective in just reconnecting. And I'm going to share a bit backstory of myself and how I've come into this lifestyle, this healing lifestyle, as you may call it, detoxification. I do feel when we detox the body, all areas of our life just start to become much more calmer, or you're more connected. You feel more at ease and peace. Maybe not at first. There will be a period of a little turmoil and sometimes intense detox, depending on where you're coming from. Now, you might be coming from a severe food addiction, binge eating, comfort eating. You may be overweight. You might even feel just like everything is just falling apart. Where is this light at the end of the tunnel? Some people coming to this detoxification from many different walks of life and just different ways of reconnecting to themselves. So if you're fed up of just feeling tired of being tired, this is definitely going to help you shift you, move through this heavy period, this dark period, as one may call the dark night of the soul, or it's just for whatever reason you feel called to do a cleanse. Now, just to give some backstory then, of 15, 16 years ago, I went vegan, but I wasn't the healthiest vegan. I was in and out of a healthier lifestyle. I went vegan for the animals, but I also went in for my health. And I did discover fruitarianism, raw veganism, but it just wasn't quite sitting with me. Or I felt like it was very difficult. I had a lot of challenges in that period, and just I moved through the steps very slowly. But when I look back, really, it was the best decision I did, and it catapulted where I am today, in the sense of I really looked to start looking more consciously in how I move through my life. And it was around 6 years ago, so COVID time, I actually went on a 40-day juice cleanse. Now, for many years prior to that, I really struggled to go on a cleanse. I didn't feel like I had the willpower to do it. I attempted some, but I really struggled. And I just feel there's times in your life where it just feels right. And sometimes I'm not in that space of just forcing and pushing. I think when you're going through this journey, like I shared in the 16 years, I was up and down, all vegan, but I was going towards more whole foods, healthier foods. And I was high raw for a long time, and that would consider 50 even to 80% of my food was undenatured, raw as much as possible. And I did struggle on the evenings, I would say. The daytimes were fairly okay, but I really wanted something warm, especially in England. I needed something, or in the colder climates, because I do understand that it's a bit of a challenge when you're in the colder climates to go fully raw. But once you learn about this lifestyle, the abundance and what it gives you, but also knowing that food doesn't have to be cold. We don't have to be cold for the food to be raw. And this was the biggest takeaway for me. And it was only sort of, late into it until I realized, but I really went on the path of rediscovering myself. I went through a breakup, and it was really difficult. And I just couldn't eat, to be honest. It was the first time in a long while that I just couldn't eat. And I knew I needed to nourish my body. So I thought, let's just do this juice cleanse. So everyone comes in for different reasons. I came in, I was in a dark place. I was in a lot of fear. I was in survival. And I just made it work. I just was like, I'm going to do this cleanse. Everyone keeps talking about it. Let's do it. I don't know if I set out to actually do a 40-day cleanse. I think I just wanted to do longer than my last one, which was only around, I think, 3 days. I can't remember. It wasn't that long. So I didn't have a big thing of, I think I had an idea I'd like to go 40 days. And I did it and I felt incredible. A lot of dark night of the soul came up, a lot of introspection, integration of the past, who I was, and really went deeper into my spiritual connection. And I did feel, wow, this cleanse was very soothing for my soul, even though I had cravings. I was very alone. I felt like, wow, I was going through this breakup alone in COVID. I was very, in a lot of fear and didn't know what was going to happen in the world. A lot of changes were happening. I was ready to move out of Thailand. I had flights booked and everything got cancelled. The relationship had broken down and I had very little money and I was just in this state of panic. And I just knew I had this calling to just recenter and do something for myself, for my body, and for my soul. And it really reconnected me. It really brought me to the present, to the moment. Fasting, water fasting is very helpful, but juice cleansing, because I needed to be active to do things, to make money and to help the dog. So I didn't want to fully be out of work. And I think that's what's great about a juice cleanse. You don't restrict your calories. I was having around 3,000 to 4,000 calories. So doing that cleanse was the best thing that ever happened to me, I can honestly say. And that's what introduced me. Oh, I went fully raw. And I always said I was never going to be fully raw vegan. And I did it. So I lost a lot of weight. Considering everyone's like, oh, calories in, calories out, BS. I'm like, no, it works totally different on raw foods and especially juices. So I had no digestion, so my body could work on healing, not just the physical aspects. I had some niggles, I had a few aches and pains here and there, and especially like my menstrual cycle at times was heavy. That time period of doing that cleanse, I had like 1 day of medium period. I had no headaches. I didn't take any headache tablets. And I was very energized. No severe cravings. It was more for me the mental side, the emotional, the spiritual. I really reconnected, what one would say, to God. I'm still like thinking, is that what it is? It's like this higher power, this source. And it really brought me to, I know it's out there for some, but it really reconnected me and I'm so grateful for doing it. So I did create an ebook and I want to go through this ebook because if you want to go more depth, I recommend getting my ebook. It's amazing. You don't have to do the full 40 days. You can start with 3 days and that's what I introduce in the book. You can do it at 3, you can do it at 7 days, 21, a month, 40 days and beyond if you want. I have clients that have done 365 days and seen incredible results, not just in the spiritual, but their health transformed. Health is absolutely, like, one of my clients, migraines, so heavy as now doesn't suffer from migraines. And it's absolutely incredible. For that was debilitating for work, any debilitating disease, struggle that you have can be healed through giving the digestion a break. Now, I'm not going to say it's the food. No, it's by allowing your body to take a break. The less energy that goes into digestion, the more it can go into healing all parts of ourselves. And then because of the emotional aspect to it, it can be tough for many people. But because you're not introducing foods, you're not comforting, you're not distracting, you're not escaping with using food, you're able to reset and come to the truth and get away from all of that programming because you start to see clearly, wow, these programs are outdated. And that takes some time. That takes presence. And this is what this allows us to do. So this can be such a powerful and gentle way to become more centered and more aligned in your everyday actions. So it's not just about juicing. And when clients come to work with me, it's not just about the protocol. Now in the ebooks, the protocol, exactly what I share with my clients, but really it's about coming back home. It's coming back to your body's natural intelligence, your intuition, your aliveness. And a coaching session with me or throughout the journey will help navigate the difficult periods, because there will be detox symptoms, whether that's physical. I've done many videos on what to expect on a cleanse, the physical, the emotional, the spiritual. So don't see this as a punishment. See this as we need to pause and just begin again. It's truly a gift that you can give to yourself. Juicing gives the body a chance to stop digestion and start repairing. Your energy that's usually used for breaking down the food gets redirected towards cellular renewal, detoxification, and emotional release. It truly is a spiritual cleanse. But of course, you're going to get rid of waste. That means weight loss is going to happen. And I might not even want to lose weight, but it's temporary and so worth it for the healing that comes with it. Old emotions will surface, but old patterns are going to start to dissolve because you bring in awareness. You start to remember who you are beneath the noise. So to start the day, I highly recommend actually a lemon water. Now I'm drinking 1 litre of lemon water every single day. And then go into the protocol that I've shared in the ebook. Everything's there, all the juices, how much, at least 3 litres I recommend a day, and sip it throughout the day. Enjoy the hydration. Really listen to your body throughout this process. The goal isn't perfection, but rather presence. If you do feel hungry, just rest. Drink some more juice. If emotions surface, allow them, listen to them. The process is about releasing physically, emotionally, and spiritually. The first few days, you will likely, most people, not everyone, but will experience detox symptoms such as fatigue, headaches, mood swings. That's normal. Your body's recollaborating. Then usually after the 3 to 7 day mark is when your energy starts to rise. You rise. Your mind clears. Your skin glows. You start feeling light again. This is deep cellular renewal. You're releasing old identities, attachments, and emotions that are actually stored in your tissues. And then when you're ready to break the fast, now I would say this is the most challenging part when you're wanting to start introducing solid food. Go slowly. I can't stress this enough. I think most of us, we don't break it as good as I would like, but continue with the juices, but start adding in for at least 3 days, water-rich fruits like watermelon, oranges, papaya. Then you can start moving into the salads. No nuts and seeds just yet. Continue the sacred journey after the cleanse and start introducing very slowly and seeing how these foods affect us. And what we want to do is get the gut ready now for solid, beautiful, nutritional food that's going to give you sustainability and be on this lifestyle long term. Now, you might return to even just high raw. That's completely fine, whatever works for you, but you may want to stick to this lifestyle, this diet. The goal is really to stay connected to that light, calm frequency you've cultivated. So beyond the juice, it's a fresh start in every sense. You'll probably start feeling called to simplify in your life, spend more time in nature, and let go of what no longer serves you. You'll just feel much calmer. Your body becomes a mirror for your energy. As you clean within, everything around you begins to align. So whether you're doing this for 3 days, even 24 hours, but say 3 days, 40 days and beyond, do it with love and intention. Every sip of juice is a moment of connection with the earth, your body, and the divine intelligence that's always guiding you home. Feel free to ask me any questions in the comments below. Do grab the ebook to support this video and to go deeper and show you the juices that I highly recommend for the most effective cleanse, the quickest, so you don't have to keep dragging it out, the most pulling, deeper detox. And for those that need to just lighten off a little bit, I give recommendations of some other juices as well that you can drink. If you like this video, please put a thumbs up. If you haven't already, subscribe. Also turn on the bell notification to be notified of when the next videos are. Be, feel, and stay Rawlicious.